Hello, everybody. Good evening. It is the 18th of April here. My name is Brian. This is Class A Plus English, and tonight we're going to jump in and continue our game, which we are playing, The Life and Suffering of Sir Brante. I'm really enjoying it, so let's get started, shall we? Let me just get this. It's a Good Friday here in Spain, so it's a holiday. Everyone's been chilling out, and the sun is shining, and everything is good. So I hope you're well, and sit back and relax. And we're going to continue here with this game, which I am really enjoying. Let me turn up the music a little bit. Okay, I hope the audio is good. Everyone can hear me. And what has happened? Well, really quickly, I'm going to give you a very, very, very brief summary. We are back in our hometown of Anizotte, and we are in the pay of the secret chancellery. Yes, and we've set up a print shop, and we are working for Felipe El Ferro. Yeah, he's our boss. He's like our spy master. And he's just turned up. This is where we finished yesterday. So there's a knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. You open it hurriedly. Philippe is not alone. He is accompanied by a man with sinewy arms and the face of a predator. Once again, the secret chancellery advisor slowly takes off his cloak and then inspects the premises with care. So we did this the last night, yeah? Here's Philippe, my boss. Sophia was right. Excellent choice. Well done, Brante. I had my doubts about you, but those doubts are gradually being eased. You are indeed a man of many talents. Speaking of talents, allow me to introduce you to Oliver Moss, an old friend of mine. Here he is, with his predator face. Hand on sword, hand on hilt, isn't it, yeah? I brought him all the way from Eterna to help you out. His skills are even more unusual than yours, Brante. It's amazing how much a person can learn to do when he's well paid. Yeah, okay, rub it in. I've been kind of extorted and threatened, and that's why I'm spying for this man. Oliver grins. He smiles at Philippe's words. The toothy smile cuts through his face like a gruesome scar. Gruesome, horrible, disgusting. Okay, scar. You know, if you get cut, you have a scar, a mark on your skin. Okay, so I'm not going to try and give you a review of what's happened because there's so much going on. So if this is your first time watching, I would highly recommend you go back and watch the previous streams. I think this is stream number 13, yeah? There's quite a backstory, but it's really good. It's a really, really good story. So we're just going to continue, okay? You flatter me, Sir Philip, but you're right. Coin, money, works wonders. Very true. Philippe chuckles at that. He laughs at that. He produces a small flask from a pocket and takes a little sip. A flask of alcohol, whiskey or something, yeah, small container. But you, Sophia, you disappoint me. I expected to see a functioning organization, but I'm told that what you have here is not a secret society, but a miserable rabble of the worst people in the city. Just look at this self-proclaimed priest, Fouad. We are in Anizotte, this hotbed of heresy and rebellious ideas. How come you aren't able to find any skillful conspirators here? We employed two people. We employed a priest, a kind of crazy-looking priest. Where is he? Here? No. Where is he? This is the priest, yeah? Father Fouad. Rambling old preacher who joined the last straw as an insurgent. Okay, so Philippe isn't happy, yeah, with our selection. We've been trying to recruit rebels in the city. I need a nice little revolt that's easy to suppress. I need a network of spies to dig up dirt on anyone who may stand in our way. Is that too much to ask? You did this job perfectly well in Eterna. What's the matter, Sophia? Can't you do the same thing again? Okay, let's look at the vocabulary here. I need a little revolt. He wants to start a kind of a rebellion. What's the difference, everyone, between a rebellion and a revolution? A rebellion is unsuccessful, whereas a revolution is successful, yeah? So I need a network of spies to dig up dirt, to find scandalous news, to find the dirt, to find a scandal on anyone who may oppose us, anyone who may stand in our way. Okay, so he's really not happy. So Philippe, Brante and I are going out of our way to get more people into our ranks, but things are not looking good for us right now. The province has a new overseer. Citizens are hopeful. They expect change. So the only people who come to us are from the very bottom of life. Bottom feeding scum. This rabble is dangerous. They will ruin my plan and they will bring you and Brante to the gallows. And this time I won't be able to do anything for you. Get rid of them and find conspirators who can be trusted with real work. So I've said this before, the gallows is where you get hung, to hang someone at the gallows. I too have had many enemies here in Anizotte. The local magistrate alone is a huge thorn in my side. This is a nice phrase here, a thorn. On a rose, yeah? You get like a rose, on its stem, not the flower, on the stem of the rose there are thorns, right? Which can hurt you, yeah? They can cut you. And so we have this expression, if someone is a thorn in my side, they're causing me problems, yeah? You have to act, I have too many enemies here, the local magistrate alone is a huge thorn in my side. You have to act faster. Time is of the essence. Okay. Oh, maybe you have more important things to do than serving the Empire. We are doing everything in our power, Sir Philippe. But in order to prepare your plan, we must recruit as many people as possible, and this is what we are doing. Don't try my patience, Sophia. I said get rid of the rabble, find real conspirators, carefully vet each and every one of them. A rabble, a mob of people, you know, very unorganized. Obviously, Philippe doesn't trust them. He wants real conspirators. And he says, carefully vet each and every one of them. To vet someone, investigate them, you know what I mean? To investigate their backgrounds. Who are they? What's their history? You know, so they're not like the police or something. You have to vet everyone. Sophia lowers her head, unable to further argue with the powerful advisor. Philippe suddenly turns to you. Brante, you're the main recruiter for the society. What do you say? Can you do this job for me? Okay, I can agree with Philippe, which goes spy network goes up 1, my willpower goes up 1, my relations with Philippe goes up 1, and my relationship with Sophia goes down 1. You are ready to carry out Philippe's order and carefully vet everyone who wants to join the underground. Or we can choose to side to support Sophia. You confirm Sophie's words. The secret society needs to quickly recruit people, even if they are vagabonds, and crooks. That means my relationship goes down with Philippe and it goes up with Sophia. Well, I'm a bit tired of Sophia, yeah, to be honest with you. I don't trust her anymore. I think she's a traitor to the lotless. I'm going to agree with Philippe. It's all I can do. You readily answer that you will follow Sir Philippe's order. It is dangerous and stupid to recruit strangers without any vetting, without any investigation. You will make every effort to select only skilled and reliable conspirators. Ha ha, Sophia. Yeah, Sir Philippe. You and Sophia made a mistake, but you will fix it. Sophia scoffs at that. Sir El Ferro pats me on the shoulder. Good stuff. Well said, Brante. We'll do just that. As for you, Sophia, I don't suggest testing my patience any further. You're one straw away from breaking the horse's back. She's on her last chance, yeah. He's not happy with her. Yeah, she's close to getting into big trouble. Now, who is Sophia? Sophia was my boss. She's a witch. Her eyes go yellow and she burns people to death, yeah? Speaking of straws, I believe your secret society still needs a name, right? The last straw will do just fine. It's cheap, grim, pompous. The low-born ought to like it. If something is the last straw, it's like the last time something happens. You know what I mean? If I'm really annoyed with somebody and they keep doing something and they do it one more time, I say, that's it. That's the last straw. I'm really, really angry now, yeah? So this is the name of our secret society, the last straw. Congratulations. Oliver, I'm leaving you in the care of our rebels. Show them how real secret chancellery agents get things done. Okay, we're going to have to look after Oliver now. I don't trust him. Philip downs the last of his flask and walks out of the print shop. Sophia follows him without saying a word. You are left alone with Oliver. He looks you over. To look someone up and down, we say. To look them over. To get their measure, yeah? To try and work out, is this a good person? Is this a bad person? Do I like this person? We are gonna get along just fine, Brante. Don't you worry. Okay. Alright, Oliver. Can I call you Ollie? Alright. My relationship with Sophie's gone down a bit, but I don't care. Okay, the spy network's gone up one. My willpower has gone up. Cool. Hearts on fire. The last straw is growing stronger by the day. More and more names are being added to your list of potential recruits. Here's Sophia. Dress fancy tomorrow, Brante, but don't look too rich. We're going to a salon, a gathering of young poets. Poetry night. Poetry slam. They're all commoners, mostly new believers, so they think they aren't defying their lot by writing poetry. Ha ha! Okay, this will be their first meeting ever. I say we take a gander. Who knows? They could be useful. So, in the game, there's these kind of classes. Okay, so there's the commoners, common people, the lowest rung on the ladder. Then you have like the clergy, the priests. Then you have the nobles, kind of the rich and the elite, and then you have the Archneans, yeah, they're not humans. They seem to be like kind of superhuman, and they have blue skin. And I finally worked out that they represent like royalty, blue bloods, yeah. Okay, so in the lots, everyone, it's like a class system or caste system, okay. So if you're a commoner, you're not allowed to write poetry. That's a pastime for the elite, for the nobles. Oh, she says here, this will be their first meeting. I say we take a gander. Okay, so this is a very it's probably a very old word, I imagine. We use it a lot in Ireland. I don't know in England. Do English people say this? To take a gander means to have a look, yeah? I'm going to have a gander. Oh, there's a new shop open. Yeah, I'm going to go and have a gander. I'm going to go and have a look at it. I would say take a gander. Yeah, that's a kind of a sentence. You go to a small building in the very heart of the city. The first floor was once a tavern, a pub, but has been converted into a stage with benches, with seats for the audience. The place is noisy and crowded. What would be a synonym of crowded here that we could say? So it's full of people. It's very noisy. It's vibrant. It's packed. You could say it's packed. I pack my bags when I go on holiday, but also, the poetry night is always packed. Chock-a-block, I like that as well. Yeah, it was chock-a-block. It was chocker in the poetry night last night, yeah? Those who cannot find a seat squeeze into the spaces between the benches. Yeah, so it's, as Iona Douglas says, it was chock-a-block, or it is chock-a-block. It's chocker. You and Sophia stand in the back corners far away from each other, totally not suspicious. Here's the cat with the rat, the black cat with the rat, and two very suspicious looking people lurking in the alleyway. A young man in a threadbare jacket makes an announcement. Welcome to the first weekly gathering of the Anizotte Poetry Society. Hey, hey, here we go. I predict some very, very bad poetry coming up. The poets are all young men and women. They take turns walking up to the stage from the benches to read a poem or two of their own creation. They look humble and shy at first, but as they declaim their stanzas, their voices ring with sudden strength and daring fervor. Oh God, here we go, everyone. A mighty giant with his head held high, his heavy tread, his trained and measured stride. He is an effigy of low-born life, with naught but chaff and rags and dust inside. By low-born labour, granted food and clothing, he is indeed a terrifying sight. But look behind his eyes and you will find not grandeur or renown, but fear and loathing. Okay. Oh God, there's more of it. Behold the azure skin, the bread contempt, their past long turned to ash, their blue blood bled. Their majesty in flames, their mantles rent, ensconced in diamonds white and rubies red. The glimmering giant rots, his essence spent. The gems may glitter, but the husk is dead. Okay, it's getting better. The poems recited on stage display exceptional variety, rhymed couplets, blank verse, short stanzas, lengthy cantos, pathos-laden ballads, vulgar screeds, humorous epigrams, scathing tirades. But in each and every voice you hear the same pain, the same weary ache born of servitude, the gnawing grievance with the gods, the simmering rage against the empire, and dreams of another destiny, another life, another existence. Okay, let's have a look at this. But in each and every, you hear the same pain, the same weary ache. Weary is a synonym of tired, but like maybe you're weary because you've been doing something for so long, So in this regards, they are the common people and they're tired of being poor and downtrodden. The same weary pain. I have a toothache, I have a headache, I have a backache, ache like cake. Born in servitude, the gnawing grievance. To gnaw, if you have a dog and you give it a bone, the dog gnaws the bone. It doesn't just eat the bone, does it? It kind of chews on it, it gnaws on it. So sometimes we often talk about, maybe I'm worried about something and it could be gnawing away, it's always there in the back of my head, gnawing away. Oh my God, did you turn off the gas? Did you turn off the gas today? Yeah, it's gnawing away. The simmering rage, okay, you simmer is boiling, like hot water, it's simmering. Okay, so you can see it all. They're all very angry and tired and ready for a new life, ready for a revolution. A commoner, the word is like a brand. The twins themselves once told me to be silent. I want to scream, can't take this anymore. The misery around me knows no end. The gentlefolk just beat us and demean us, the young, the old, the poor, the sick, the tired. They tread upon us, gazing at the heavens, sky, that feed upon our sweat-soaked suffering. Have you got any funny poems, mate? Hooray! Thank you, thank you. Every poem fills the room with loud applause. Every line resounds in people's hearts. This much is clear from their faces. Some mark every word and verse with a nod, while others cannot hold back tears. With the zeal of preachers guiding their flock to their lot, the young poets chastise the ills of worldly life with every word they utter. With the zeal, with the energy of priests, guiding their congregation at church, their flock, these young poets criticize the ills of the earth with every word they say, with every word they utter. You join in the applause. Was it like that? Like it or not, their poetry hits home. It works. Some of the poems are crafted so well, you find yourself eager to read them. This kind of poetry would be in great demand here in Anizotte. What a shame no print shop would agree to publish it. Boom! Light bulb, idea, emoji. I have a print shop myself. Later that night, you rejoin Sophia to discuss what you have seen. I've never heard anything like that before. I'm used to nursery rhymes and bawdy drinking songs, but this is something else. Okay, it's like the late 80s and grunge in Seattle or something, is it? You cannot help but nod. Touch me, I'm sick. The meeting was like a sermon, and the poet's words hit as hard and as true as the sacramental lash. And the audience, you recognize the look in their eyes. People look at Sophia just the same way every time she uses her magic. They noticed us. The thing is, they have no magic, but they can see the truth, and they talk about it so well you can't even stand it. Smell of revolution in the air, everyone. Well, what can I say? I'm glad we went. Those kids could easily spark a riot with just a rhyme or two. But the question is, what are we supposed to do with them? Yeah, I think I'm in charge here now, Sophia, so pipe down, please. I give the orders. It's a good question, though. A difficult question. Those young poets are at their strongest when they speak from their heart. Trying to tame their ardor would be like playing with fire. You could recruit them, but it would not be easy to use them. So we need to manipulate them. We need to create a disturbance. We need to create riots. We need to create social disorder, because our boss, Sir Felipe El Ferro, wants to take over the city or something. It's a secret, though. I don't know yet. If you cannot keep them in check, if you cannot control them, one day they will inevitably incite a rebellion. Maybe it would be wiser to nip this in the bud and put an end to their society right now. To nip something in the bud comes from gardening. Yeah, so it's like to nip something in the bud is to stop it before it gets worse, or gets bigger. Yeah, to nip something in the bud and put an end to it. So we're going to have a choice here, I think. The secret chancellery. This is the kind of secret police or the CIA or whoever I'm working for. The spies could easily deal with them, but you could also report them to the prefecture. The gendarmes could take care of them in no time. Or maybe you could pass the case along to father. It might do his career some good. Ooh, we do need to make money for the family, don't we? Okay, we have choices here, everybody. All right, let's have a look. Or perhaps this is all seems so new, so unknown. Is there any other way you could harness this strange new force of nature? Okay, let's have a look. We can recruit them, which will create unrest, disorder in the city. The spy network will go down, but my eloquence will go up, my speaking. We can let Philippe, I can report them to my boss. The spy network goes up. Unrest goes down. Philippe will like me. Sophia won't like me. Publish a book of their poetry. What do you think? Unrest goes up. Spy network goes down. Family wealth goes up. 2. Ooh, good. Manipulation goes up as well. That looks nice. Or I can report them to father. Father! Unrest goes down. Spy network goes up. Family reputation goes up. Good. Sophia won't like me. I think. What do you think? Anybody? I think publish their poetry. I mean, kind of crazy, I know, but it could be funny. Anyone got any opinions? Recruit them. Give them to Philippe. Publish them. Report them to father. I am going to publish their poetry. So help me God. With a smile, you assure Sophia that you know a way to harness their youthful ardor. Youthful ardor? Like I'm 20 years old in this game. Oh yeah? Okay, do it then. Oh God, Sophia, when did you turn into a 6-year-old? In spite of her lowly lot, your sister has been writing poems and stories ever since she was a little girl. As Gloria grew up, she easily found like-minded friends, poetry-inclined commoners like her, and you saw a number of her friends on stage tonight. Now that you think about it, you half expected Gloria to be there as well. Back home, you tell your sister how impressed you were by the Poetry Society. As the owner of your own print shop, maybe you could compile their works into a book of poetry. It would be the Empire's first book of poetry written by commoners. Revolution, everyone! You can turn a handsome profit. You can make some money and make the poets famous all over Magara. Could Gloria tell her friends about this idea? Wow, I never thought you'd have the nerve to try something like this, to have the nerve to be brave enough to try something like this. Sure, I'll have a word with my friends. I'll talk to my friends. I'm sure many of them will be interested. But there's one thing. Here we go. And this is the but, everybody. They'll never use their real names in the book. Otherwise, they'll get into trouble with the prefecture or the secret chancellery. So they're going to use pseudonyms, yeah? Pseudonym. My name isn't really Class A, it's Brian, okay? I don't know if that works as a pseudonym. Nom de plume, no, I think it's the French for it, yeah? The pen name, yeah? So often you get this, don't you, when people don't want to reveal their names for various reasons, you know? Who would be a good example? Famous trans activist, J.K. Rowling, yeah? It's kind of funny she writes as a man, yeah? Her pseudonym. Ooh, controversial statement there. Lemony Snicket. Iona Douglas. Actually, are you sure this is a good idea? Can you really trust the people at your print shop? Maybe you should do all the work yourself at night. That way, nobody will know, and you'll have to distribute the books in secret too. Oh my God, you shouldn't put your freedom at stake for the sake of coin. Why not? Not to worry, you assure Gloria. You have thought of everything. The poets' real names and origins of the book will remain a secret until my death. Or I see a bag of money. Or they threaten violence. Or I'm in a bad mood. I can't tell you how happy this makes me. There are so many talented poets in Anizotte, and they never even hoped their works would see print. They'll treasure your gift forever. Right, it does not take you long to get started. The compilation entitled The Voice of Anizotte is soon ready. You instruct Elida and other last straw spies to sell the books in secret all over the city. Will do, Sean. Okay. Elida, she's my new employee. One of the first, and she seems very quiet, but she wants revenge because one of her siblings was hung in the trial of the 50, if I remember correctly. When it comes to this job, young Elida is even more eager and enthusiastic than ever. After all, many of the poems in the book are dedicated to the suffering of those who struggle against tyranny, including those who died in Eterna after the trial of the 50. Yeah, she's ready to go. You sell several hundred copies in a matter of days and receive many requests to print more. Oh my god, we're rich, everybody. Popular, rare, and banned by the authorities, the books turn a significant profit. You keep working on new print runs and sell them easily, even at 3 times the price of a normal book. Woohoo! We are swimming in money. It's raining money. I'm sure everything is going to be okay. The poems are quoted all over town. They are declaimed by young people in the squares and on the streets. They are put to music and sung in taverns. They are written in paint and soot on the wall. Soot is the black stuff you get in a chimney, right? More and more young people recite them instead of prayers. I want to scream, I can't take this anymore. So they're having their kind of emo phase, medieval emo kind of thing going on here. Okay, the spy network's gone down. Infiltration, not good. Alright, what's next? Wealth has gone up, good, the family will be happy. I'm a master manipulator, everybody. Peacetime, I'm 21 years old, yeah? 1139, the Archduke and the Overseer. 2 powerful lords have been struggling for power in Magara for over 2 years now. The new Overseer of the province, Gaius Tempest, cannot seem to rein in the obstinate spirit of Archduke Tarquinius Milanidas. To rein something in is to control, yeah? And obstinate is very stubborn, you know? And they don't change their mind very easily. Unwilling to accept that he is no longer the overseer of Magara, the Archduke still stubbornly continues to assert his right to rule the province. Most of the Magaran gentry, the nobles, who swore allegiance to him generations ago, remain loyal to him even now. Ooh, this looks like trouble coming up then. Gaius Tempest has publicly demanded that the Archduke recognizes the Overseer's rule as legitimate. I am the voice and the will of Emperor Uther II in the province of Magara. All lands, deeds, and titles notwithstanding, Archduke Milanidas must obey his sovereign's will and heed his decree. I hereby extend to the Archduke an offer of peace. Should the Archduke cease his insubordination, his lands, his deeds, and titles shall remain his own. Okay, so stop causing trouble and you can keep your stuff. But if he doesn't, the Archduke's response to the Overseer was openly defiant. Since the days of yore, the land of Magara has belonged to the Milanidas dynasty. We are part of the Empire, and we are the Emperor's loyal servants. However, our dynasty will not stand for such intrusion upon our lawful rights and privileges. Never before has an Archduke been stripped of his right to represent the Emperor's rule in his own province. So do not forget, sir, Overseer. Sir Overseer, that the highest noble families of Magra have sworn fealty to me alone. Fealty meaning like loyalty. It's really, really hot here, everybody. Give me a second. I need to take off this. Give me a second. I'm going to be right back. Just give me 1 minute, okay? I need to take off this. It's getting very, very warm. Okay, I'm back. Hang on 1 second. All right, sorry. I just need to just take off that fleece. You know, it's getting really, really warm. To the game we go. Okay, where were we? So this is the Archduke's reply. Not very conciliatory. In fact, yeah, not very peaceful. Neither the Archduke nor the Observer will relent, but both are too powerful to be readily disposed of. The bad blood between the two Arknians has festered for too long, and the common people have begun to pay the price for their strife. Stripped of the Overseer's tax privileges, the Archduke Melanidas has decided to impose his own levy upon the citizens and villagers of Magra. The commoners are now forced to pay taxes twice, first to the Overseer, then to the Archduke. This double burden is too much for the common people of Magra to bear. Many have refused the second tax outright as a lawless measure. It's illegal. But the Imperial Legion, led by young Dorius Utan, is ruthless. Eagerly and without mercy, the Legion soldiers collect the Archduke's dues in cities and villages alike. So he's using his military to collect taxes. The common people, the proles, are being forced to pay taxes twice. I'm sure this isn't going to end well for somebody. So let's have a look here. The wealth of Magra has gone. Security has gone down. Discontent is on. Right, order has gone down, and the power struggle. It's at 2. So yeah. Oh, there's a reign of terror here. That looks interesting. Number 5. Good stuff. I do enjoy a reign of terror, everyone. This last year has been an ordeal for your family, so it's been hard. The pains taken to be ennobled by the sword, the close attention of the city aristocracy, the squabbles, the fights between Stefan and Gloria. Tonight, your preoccupied father has gathered the entire family around a table in the backyard. The sun has almost set and there's a soft breeze. But instead of a meal in the open air, you are going to attend a family meeting. In the middle of the table, you see an open gilded box box. It's full of jewels. Archduke Melanidas himself has bestowed this gift upon us. It is a surprise indeed. I thought you had all had a right to know. To bestow is an old word for he gave it to us. Yeah, the Archduke gave it to us. Nice. Okay, he's gonna ask for. I think he's going to ask for loyalty. Yeah, are you with us or against us? Right. He unfolds a letter lying beside the box. Sir Robert Brante, I bestow this precious box upon you and your family as a symbol of the care with which I treat the people of my province. Pray accept this gift, and remember with whom the loyalty of the true nobles of Magra lies. Archduke of Magra, Tarquinius of the Milanidas. So it's kind of a bribe, right? He's paying us off, yeah, to be loyal to him. Okay. The family stares in amazement at the jewels sparkling in the last rays of sunshine. So it's a big bag of jewels, everyone. Diamonds and, I don't know, jade, rubies, pearls, maybe. It's worth quite a fortune, but the Archduke is fully aware that I am on the side of the Prefect Elborn and Overseer Gaius Tempest. Could he really expect our loyalty to be bought so brazenly, so openly? You know, it's very obviously a bribe, right? He's offering us jewels or money to support him. On the other hand, the Archduke is not demanding anything of us, and our family has borne a lot of expenses recently. Robert, I see where you're going with that one. Okay, here's my brother Stefan. He is a noble. He's my older brother. Father, no one is forcing you to side with Melanidas. Who are we in comparison to the Archduke anyway? We must not anger him by refusing his gift. The jewels are certainly welcome. They are worthy of being shared with the best families of Anizotte. They will pave our way to the nobility of the sword. To pave our way, to lead us where we want to go. Mother shakes her head glumly. She doesn't think it's a good idea. Oh, Robert, I have a feeling this gift bodes ill. It may be an impertinence on my part, but I do not want our family to be indebted to the Archduke. Okay, it bodes ill. It's she predicts it's not going to bring us good luck. Yeah, it's going to bring us bad luck. So as a commoner and as a woman, because this is medieval fantasy world, she's being impertinent. She's being a little bit kind of cheeky. Yeah, but I don't want our family to be indebted, to owe money to the Archduke, to be in debt. Now, to be in debt doesn't mean money. It could be favors, you know, you owe someone a favor. I'll always, forever be in your debt. Here's Gloria, the poet. Certainly not, accepting gifts from Melanidas. He's infamous for oppressing the commoners and robbing villagers blind with his taxes. All right, that's another expression. I got robbed blind, you know. I don't know. There's a I don't know. I want to go to see a concert, and I go to the place at the last minute, and the tickets are super expensive. You know, I say, yeah, I got the tickets, but I was robbed blind. Yeah, just means I got robbed. I paid too much. Stefan says, this isn't your decision, Gloria. It's a matter of our family's honor and reputation. So Stefan and Gloria are like this. They are locking horns continually. Please don't start bickering again. Let Sean say what he thinks we should do with this gift, says Nathan. That's my younger brother. You are the center of attention now. How I like it, everybody. Your vote will be the deciding factor. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can only do this. Give the jewels to prominent nobles. But it's locked. So I've only got one choice. This would be the one to go for, isn't it? Well, we only have one choice, so it's sell the jewels. Wealth goes up, unity goes down. You accept the jewels from the Archduke in order to sell them for a good price. I had no choices. Here we go. I speak. I insist that the Archduke's jewels should not be declined, but they must not be given away either. Your family treasury needs an infusion of cash. The family's wealth is as important in the eyes of society as its noble reputation. Listen to me. I don't know, Sean. Money comes and goes, but our family honor is here to stay. Very true, Stefan. You object, reminding him that in your own lifetime the family has already fallen out of favor and risen again. For the nobles, a family's reputation is just another form of currency. It's just another type of money. And Glorious pipes in. Is there truly nothing more important than money and reputation? Archduke Melanidas is a villain like no other. Our family ought to stay clear from him. To stay away from him. Ought to. Meaning you should, right? It's another way of saying should. Oh, you ought to go to the doctor. Notice the pronunciation. Our family ought to stay away from him. You oughta go to the doctor. Simmer down, Gloria. I agree with Sean. Let it be so. I'll send a note to the Archduke expressing our humblest gratitude, but I'll also point out that I don't mean to change sides. I still serve my prefect and my overseer. In the meantime, Sean will see to the family coffers, the finances, the coffers. You promptly take the precious box and go inside to start taking an inventory of the jewels. Mother, Gloria, and Nathan follow you with forlorn looks, so they're not happy. You sell the jewels and easily amass a considerable sum. Your efforts have now ensured that the family treasury will not run short any time soon. Okay, so money's gone up, but the family unity's gone down a bit. It's hard life, everyone. Concerned citizen, you and Sophie have accomplished a lot over the past year. The last straw, this is our secret society, now consists of half a dozen cells that know nothing about one another. You have several informers gathering rumors and news. Many citizens support your cause and are ready to help. So they're working in a kind of a cell structure, a need-to-know basis. Wise. The ranks of the underground society include honest rebels eager to bring the empire down, as well as thieves and thugs willing to break any law as long as they get paid. A nice mix, poets and thugs. As more and more people join your insurgency, rumors begin to spread. Throughout the city, it will soon become impossible to conceal your existence. The last straw desperately needs a public figurehead, someone to act as the patron of your secret society, someone who can justify your existence to the authorities. So we're getting kind of famous. People know about us now, and so it's only time until the authorities, like the police, find out about us. So we need to sort this out. We need someone to vouch for us. And we choose Mayor Egmont. He has earned a fortune and made a name for himself thanks to his silver mines. God, they don't stop talking about his mines. And now he is the leader of the Magran Lesser Quorum. I don't know what that is. Rumor has it he's eager to get in touch with someone from the underground. If there was ever a time to meet, it is now. Fortunately, you know people who know people, and soon enough you arrange a meeting. Okay, good. An empty warehouse, perfect. An empty warehouse late at night. All the workers have gone home. A dim, low lamp is the only source of light in the spacious facility. The two of you are alone here, free from prying, watching, nosy eyes. Up close, Egmont turns out to be a broad-shouldered, middle-aged man in a pricey frock coat. We're getting into fashion again, basically what he's wearing here. He wears no jewellery, haha, but his beard and moustache are well kempt. Only the grey hair at his temple betray his age. Alright. So in medieval times, that probably means he was like 30. He offers you a warm, rough handshake. It is the calloused hand of a man who had to work all his life. Calluses are the hard bits of skin on your hands, yeah? You shake it readily. So happy to shake his hand. The industrialist offers you a seat at a nearby table. Truth be told, young man, I know your family quite well. I had the honour to be introduced to your grandfather back in the day. Unfortunately, Sir Gregor Brante wasn't exactly delighted to meet me. Yeah, Granddaddy was a baddie. But your father, he's a staunch, strong supporter of Valborn. We've often seen eye to eye, he and I. If I don't see eye to eye with someone, if I don't see eye to eye, that means I don't agree with them, yeah? So here he's saying we've often seen eye to eye with Daddy, so that means, they're often in agreement. Let's see if you and I can find some common ground too. I'll be frank with you, I know quite a bit about what you're up to here in Anizotte. You've built yourself a functioning underground society and you've done it very quickly, all without getting caught. I would say you've got an eye for business. To have an eye for something means that you are good at it. Hang on. And let's move on. But tell me, why are you doing all this? What's your goal? What are you trying to achieve? Please be sincere with me. I'm the last man who wants to see you reported to the secret chancellery. Dude, I am the secret chancellery. You were prepared for this question. Egmont listens carefully as you give him a short speech on the coming rebellion against the Empire, first in Anizotte, then in Magra. When you are done, the industrialist lets out a sigh. He's heard it all before, I say. Ambitious, determined, but utterly senseless. Senseless, without thinking, it's useless, Let's say you do manage to foment an uprising against the Archduke, against the Overseer, even the Emperor himself. Well, what then? We all live happily ever after, listening to poetry. What are your demands? Well, who do you want to listen to them? If you ever negotiate or make a deal, then with whom will you do it? What about your terms, and what will your relationship with the Empire be like if your revolt succeeds? So far, Sean, I've heard no answers to those questions. To be honest, I'm quite confident you don't have any answers. But fortunately for you, I do. There's also one self-evident fact that I'd like to bring to your attention. Excuse me. When someone discusses authority or power within the Empire, there's one thing that never seems to raise any doubt. Prefects and commanders, magistrates and overseers, they are always nobles. Any position of power only for the nobles. Landowners, always nobles. So Mayor Egmont is a common person, he's a common folk, but he's made a lot of money. Who rules over Anizotte? Overseer Tempest or Archduke Melanidas? No one can say for sure these days. Either way, no matter who they are, nobles rule the city. But a city isn't a castle or a fortress. A city is more than the sum total of its walls and buildings. A city is its people, the commoners who work and trade and live there. There have always been and always will be more of us than the nobles. We are this city, Brante. You've never been to a meeting of the Lesser Quorum, have you? I won't bore you with the details. Let me put it this way. It's the only place where the common estate has the same rights as the nobles. Sure enough, there's arguing, there's contention, there's a fight every time we meet. But as we argue, as we contradict each other, we find a new way, one that takes everybody's interests into account. They are compromising. But unfortunately, right now, the Lesser Quorum only has the authority to discuss issues related to taxation in the province. But if you and I come to an agreement, this will change. I've spent most of my life making the idea of the quorum a reality. And I swear to you on my life that it works. Is he going to try and get me into local politics? Is that it? Yeah, am I going to become a councilman? This is the only way to bring something new to the Empire, by giving the commoners and nobles the same power. Radical talk, Mayor Egmont. Egmont is shouting now, his eyes shining with excitement. He's utterly engrossed in his idea, and you feel he actually believes what he says. To be engrossed in something is like, I'm reading a book, and I just don't pay any attention to what's going on around me. Maybe I lose track of time as well, because I'm totally engrossed in the story. Like Sir Brante, I hope. And here in Magra, we have the chance. We had no way to do it in the past, back when Archduke Melanidas was in charge, but now Gaius Tempest represents the Empire's authority in Magra. Tempest still can't find a way to share power with Melanidas. He needs all the support he can get, and you and I, we can give him that support. The common people, I suppose. And Sean, are you aware of how Gaius Tempest ended up becoming the overseer of Magra? He was too progressive for the capital and his fellow Archneans. He went too far in his attempts to make nobles and commoners equal under imperial law, and he was exiled. He was kicked out to Magra for his troubles. Oh my god, this guy talks a lot, doesn't he? And yet Gaius Tempest has never abandoned the idea of making the estates equal. He was the one who supported the creation of the Lesser Quorum. He is well disposed towards the lowly estate, and tends to listen to reason. We can make him our friend, our ally, and your uprising could be a deciding factor. We can manage to seize control of the city and hang on to it. If we can prove we're able to run Anizotte, if the citizens show us their support, and then we'll have a lot to offer the overseer. In return for making Anizotte a free city, a city-state, if you will, governed by the Lesser Quorum, we'll recognize Gaius Tempest's authority in Magra and support him in his power struggle against the Archduke. Right, so they're all playing games here, aren't they? If nobles and commoners come to govern a city together, in just a short few years it will become obvious to the entire empire how advantageous this arrangement is, and then the old traditions will have no choice but to step aside. I understand that things like this take time, but as you prepare for the revolt, I'll support your underground movement with all the power and funding, the money, at my disposal, as long as you say you'll walk towards this future with me. Mayor Egmont lets out an exhausted sigh. Delivering such a fervent speech is no easy task for a man of his age. Okay, so let's recap there. What does he want? He wants the lower quorum, or the lesser quorum, and the final straw to kind of unite the people, take over the city, run the city for themselves, as commoners, and show the empire that it can be done, thus bringing down the old rule, the old religions, and it is sunrise on a new dawn, a new era. After a moment of quiet, you agree. Yes, you say, this is a future we're fighting for. The last straw will support Egmont's plan. You promise to spread his vision of the free city of Anizotte, first among the rebels, then throughout the city, starting immediately. You shake hands. There we are. Good, strong, solid handshake. Once the conversation is over, you leave the warehouse and walk back through the dark streets of Anizotte. You have made a promise, but what are you actually going to do? Because remember, everybody, I am a master manipulator now. I am a spy, I'm a conspirator, but most of all, I am a master manipulator. So just because I'm shaking hands doesn't mean anything in my book. There was a kernel of truth, a tiny, tiny bit of truth in Mayor Egmont's words. The aged industrialist's plan could actually work. This is no longer just a pointless revolt doomed to fail. Dangerous thoughts begin running through my mind. Revolution, freedom, justice. Would it be best to abandon the idea of the free city of Anizotte and report this meeting to Sir Philippe? Okay, we have two choices. We can keep the conversation a secret, money goes up, and I'm creating a secret plot, secret plan with Mayor Egmont. Or I can speak to my spy master and my Mayor Egmont in jeopardy. Keep it a secret. You choose to take a chance and never mention the plan. You report the plan. Okay, everybody, this is a big decision time. What do you think? Do I keep it secret, form a plan with Mayor Egmont, whatever he's called, or do I get onto the phone, do I get my feather out and hastily scribble a letter to Sir Philippe, the spy master, and tell him about what's going on? Any ideas? Any points? Anybody got any ideas what to do? If I choose to report the conversation, the mayor will probably be arrested, and Iona Douglas comes in with a very hard report the conversation. So I'm going to snitch on the mayor. But then I am a spy. This is what spies do, right? This is my job. So, you know, a scorpion will sting you. A spy will report the conversation. Okay. I see Iona's written in capital letters, so she's very serious about this. And of course, Philippe I will go up in his estimation. Sorry, Mr. Mayor, but you do go on a bit. You write up a detailed report on Mayor Egmont's plan, noting in particular the industrialist seeks to solicit the support of Overseer Gaius Tempest and take advantage of the revolt to put the lesser quorum in charge of Anizotte. A coup, well, not a coup, a kind of political coup, I suppose you would say. Philippe's response reaches you before the end of the day, which would be quick now in medieval times. Excellent job, Brante. Continue playing the part and keep reporting on Egmont's connection to the last straw. Identify other members of the lesser quorum who have sided with Egmont. Find me evidence that they are involved in this conspiracy. The boss is happy. He's only indifferent to me now. Just how many people in the city actually support Egmont's goals? And how many potential rebels will you have to... How many potential rebels will you have to identify, to extort, to blackmail and recruit until Philippe finally leaves Anizotte in peace? Burps. Yeah, sorry, mate. Yeah, sorry about that, Mayor Egmont. So it's not Mayor, it's Mayor, it's the name, isn't it? An old friend, night is falling. We've got the rat, the black cat with a rat. Night is falling over Anizotte, the stifling heat. Yeah, very, very, very hot. Gives way to an eagerly anticipated freshness. After a day at work, you stroll home at a leisurely pace. You turn down a side street that you have known since you were a little boy. It is as if your legs are acting of their own accord, bringing you to the place of your childhood play, the remnants of the wooden fort. Okay, with Thomas. So much has changed since the days when you used to play here with your little friends. Thomas! Engrossed in your memories. There's that word again, engrossed. So when I'm reading a book, sometimes I'm engrossed. I don't notice things going on around me. At first you fail to notice that you are not alone here. A tall figure in the uniform of a Legion officer approaches you. You see unruly brown hair and a twinkle in his eye. It's Thomas, my old school friend. Now that's a surprise. Hi, Brante. Fancy running into you the moment I'm back in town. Your childhood friend puts his arms around you. Our battalion got transferred here recently. We're under the command of the Magra Legion now. I'm keeping the peace and maintaining order in my very own province. So yeah, when we were in Eternia, he went to military school. Well, why don't we catch up? Let me buy you dinner. We'll have a chat. Remember the old days. Okay, so great. There's a phrasal verb here to catch up. When you haven't seen someone for a while, like a friend or colleague or something, maybe you go for a cup of coffee or a beer, like a chat. It's to catch up. Oh, so how's the job going? How's your girlfriend? You know what I mean? That kind of stuff, just to catch up with people. Let me buy you. So again, let me buy you. Yeah, let me buy you. So he's inviting me to dinner. But notice that the pronunciation, let me go. We'll have a chat, remember the old days, to look back and reminisce. Tomas cuts himself short. You suddenly notice how much older he looks. His face has become sharper and rougher, and his eyes are filled with exhaustion rather than their usual mischievous sparkle. Mischievous, cheeky, kind of always trying to play jokes and tricks. Yeah, his eyes are mischievous. Yeah, but now they are filled with exhaustion. He is, there's this word again, knackered. I should warn you though, Sean, I ain't the best company nowadays. I've managed to get myself some powerful enemies already. I'm a friend who could taint your good name. So if you'd rather not be seen with me, well, I understand. I ain't the best, meaning I'm not. Ain't it a shame? Isn't it a shame? It ain't necessarily so. It's just a kind of a way of saying it isn't, yeah? Ain't it? I'm late, ain't I? Rather than aren't I? Yeah? I think it's more British English like than American English, no? It ain't what you do, it's the way that you do it. The smile on his face starts to fade. Have dinner with Thomas. Catch up. You aren't about to miss a chance to spend some time with your old friend, no matter what kind of danger he's in. My family reputation goes down one, my personality goes up, and my relations. I walk away, my relationship goes down. I'm going to go for dinner with Thomas. He's an old friend, yeah? Where are we? 10 past. You give Thomas your hand. You shake hands firmly. A lot of hand shaking going on tonight. So you haven't forgotten your old friend, Brante? That's the way it ought to be. Well, come on then. Oh ah, oh ah. You go to a tavern reminiscing about your childhood antics on these very streets along the way. You choose a table in the far corner of the tavern. Thomas orders a bottle of good wine and some food. You talk about your latest case, about your first years back in Anizotte. You share family news, your quest to become nobles of the sword, the quarrels, the arguments between your elder brother and sister, your mother's health. Thomas nods with concern. Sounds like you've had some rough times, difficult times. Your family has always been different. Mine, on the other hand, is the same as it ever was. My pa, my daddy, is always in his workshop. My mammy, is always doing chores. Okay, chores like housework, cleaning the dishes, doing the laundry, all that kind of stuff is chores, yeah? But also we can say if something's very boring, it could be a chore. For me, in my job, I have to do a lot of paperwork at the end of the month, and that is always a real chore for me. It's something I don't like doing. It's very boring, very repetitive, but I have to do it. But look at me. I came home a service-class nobleman, although it doesn't bring me much joy anymore. What's wrong with you, Thomas? What trouble did you get in? What do you think he's done? I reckon there's a girl involved. Thomas is suddenly grim. You ask your old friend to share his troubles with you. He quickly glances around the room and lowers his voice. Well, I'm a captain in the Magran Legion now. And who's our commander? His Excellency, Darius Otan. That's right, I serve under the very same Archnean whose toes I stepped on back in Eterna. And you better believe he remembers me. I'm afraid things are gonna end real bad. Yeah, so his boss hates him. But hey, I'll figure it out somehow. I'll work it out. I'll figure it out. I will come up with a solution. Don't trouble yourself over it. Apart from that, well, it's the usual service. We impose order in uppity towns and villages. Troublemaking places, I would say here. Protect the province, that sort of thing. That sort of thing. And we run drills, training all day long, obviously. If only you knew how sick I am of them barracks. Of those barracks, really, but he's not speaking correctly. Sean, I've thought about starting a family. My ma keeps telling me to find a nice girl to marry. She says it's high time I got hitched. Okay, so to get hitched is an expression of to get married. Yeah, to get married, to get hitched. And it's high time. It's about time. So his mother's saying, it's about time you got married. It is completely dark, and you are still talking. Finally, Tomas remembers that his parents are waiting for him. You get up from the table, leaving some dirty dishes and quite a few empty bottles behind. On your way out, you catch a glimpse of a nondescript figure following you to the door. As you walk alongside Tomas through your home neighborhood, you keep glancing, you keep looking over your shoulder, but the shadow that was following you has disappeared. Suspicious. But then you're in a city, people walking in the same direction of you, they're not necessarily following you, are they? You reach your street and stop for a while in the semi-darkness between your family homes, just as you used to all those years ago. Bye, Brante. I hardly ever come to Anizotte these days. Our battalion is always on the march all over the province, but twins willing, we'll see each other again real soon. You advise your friend to safeguard his every life. Take care, Thomas. My reputation's gone down because I had a beer with him. But my willpower is at full strength now. Okay, I think we're going to finish it there. Yeah, I think we're going to finish it there. We'll be back to this tomorrow, I suppose, everybody. But I'm getting kind of there's a lot of reading involved. Okay, really good though. Really, so there's a lot happening now. Basically, it's all kind of pointing towards: do we get involved in a kind of a revolution or not? So that's quite exciting. I think we did another cliffhanger. Definitely another cliffhanger. Always finish with a cliffhanger. My voices are good though. You don't just want monotonous Brian voice, kind of reading it, so I'm trying to add in something there. Yeah, if not very well. I'll be back tomorrow. Pretty sure I'll be back tomorrow, if not Sunday morning. Okay, at the latest, definitely, because I'm really enjoying this game. So anyway, my name is Brian. This is Class A Plus English, and this is a channel that kind of I play video games, story-driven games, a lot of vocabulary, and I'm an English teacher. So I'm trying to play these games for kind of language learners so that we can talk about new vocabulary, etc. And it's really good for that, I think. If you've enjoyed it, please press like, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. And again, like I said, if this is your first time watching, really go back and watch the previous streams to get the backstory, but find out what's going on, because there's a lot happening. Yeah. All right, well, I'll leave you there. I hope you have a good evening. It's Friday, it's a good Friday, and I will see you soon. Okay, take care. Bye bye.